Hi, my name is Jeff Rudner and I'm the president of Exhibit Lighting Group. Welcome to our 8-part webinar series on theatrical lighting best practices, production, and management. We really hope you enjoy the series, hope you find it educational, and look forward to your feedback. Thanks. Welcome to Back to Basics, the first chapter in Exhibit Lighting Group's 8-part series of short and informative webinars, Best Practices in Theatrical Lighting and Production. Utilizing the insight, suggestions, and experiences of our clients, we have developed a variety of content that we hope will educate and inspire our viewers. Back to Basics is a unique opportunity to have a behind-the-scenes look at the operations behind project planning. Over the next few minutes, we're going to give you a little insight on what is involved in making your exhibit project transform from this into this. We will also take a look at some tips and suggestions to make the pre-production and planning of your project a little easier and productive. Let's begin with the most important piece of information about the project, the floor plan. Essentially, your exhibit design layout is the keystone to which every part of the lighting solution is based. Which brings us to our first tip. Always invite your lighting vendor into your planning and design process as soon as practical. The common train of thought, it seems, is always, why publish a layout or involve the vendor so early when I know it's going to change 10 or 12 more times? Well, for some vendors, you're probably right. But since lighting plays such an integral part in creating the right look, texture, and feel to your exhibit, it is important that collaboration begins early. An early look into your design allows the lighting design team to give some advanced thought and creativity into the accompanying lighting design. In addition, and more importantly, it gives your team and our team the opportunity to weed out potential issues that are easily resolved during the design phase before they become major issues on the show floor. Believe it or not, it's easier for the lighting design team to alter the lighting design plan as you make your changes and additions than it is to engineer a lighting solution around a problem or issue with a booth design that has already been set in stone. Always keep your lighting vendor in mind when discussing any signage or booth property that is going to be displayed in the air. You should find that your lighting vendor is a wealth of insight and information when it comes to flying or rigging. Also, don't assume that just because an exhibit property doesn't require any lighting, that it won't affect the overall lighting design. This is particularly true when it comes to hanging elements. Don't forget to provide your lighting vendor with the surrounding booth numbers and your placement in the exhibit hall. As I mentioned earlier, your lighting layout is the keystone to the entire lighting operation, and it would be catastrophic if the design was created in the wrong orientation. Even more so if it were implemented in the wrong direction. When your layout and surrounding booth numbers are received, your project is assigned to a lighting designer. The lighting designer is the person responsible for formulating the different lighting elements and effects, all working in concert to create the best possible lighting environment to complement your exhibit. The lighting design begins with the creation of the truss plan or hardware layout required to support the lighting fixtures used. This plan is usually designed using a computer-assisted drafting or CAD program as an overlay to the layout you've already provided. Oftentimes, the design of the truss is utilized to not only support the lighting fixtures where they are needed, but also to aid in the support of hanging exhibit properties or signage as well. On completion of some more complex designs, the truss plan is forwarded to a rigging expert who ensures that the plan is not only engineered correctly, but is engineered in the safest configuration possible. From time to time, this step may involve the use of a certified engineer to offer guidance and eventually a stamp of approval. Completing the truss plan early in the process not only helps eliminate potential rigging issues, but some show management or general contractors require that all truss plans be submitted to and approved by the head rigger of the show in advance of the installation. Once the truss plan is complete, the real magic of theatrical lighting design begins. Using a complex chemistry of lighting fixtures, angles, colors, and textures, the lighting designer creates the lighting solution that breathes life into your exhibit. The process of actual truss and lighting design can take anywhere from several hours to several days depending on the complexity of your project. When the lighting design of your project has been completed, it is then assigned to one of our production electricians. The production electrician is the person you are probably most familiar with and see the most on a job site, as one of their responsibilities is overseeing the actual installation of the lighting equipment as well as driving the installation crew. It is the production electrician's job to complete the technical engineering, formulate installation plans, and compile a list of equipment required for the project. It's a big job. This process can take several days to complete, depending on the complexity of the design. Our next tip is, don't forget to check that the power requirements listed on your proposal matches the power you have ordered from the exhibit hall. The electrical solution designed by the lighting team is based on these requirements and most times have very little room for variance. Now that the design and engineering phases of the project have been completed, all of the information is handed off to the Exhibit Lighting Group operations team. This team's tireless efforts and unwavering attention to detail ensure that everything needed to complete the lighting portion of your project is properly prepared, assembled, inspected, packed, and transported to your booth space on time. The larger your booth size or number of lighting fixtures required, the more time is necessary for proper preparation of the actual lighting equipment. Lastly, remember to check the lighting proposal to ensure that the dates and times for load-in and load-out match the actual dates and times you have been assigned by the show. In the end, it's a good idea to have your lighting team involved in any pre-production meetings or conference calls. This is extremely helpful, especially in larger projects. It is always our goal to assure that a project operates as seamlessly as possible and, as a result, as cost-effectively as possible. Having had the pleasure to work on many notable projects through the years, one element remains constant: remembering the basics and practicing good collaboration and communication results in a successful project. Thank you for viewing Back to Basics. Subsequent webinar chapters will be released and available for download monthly through December and will include topics such as new technology, design trends, and practical applications. We always look forward to and appreciate your feedback. If you have any comments or suggestions, send an email to lightingguy@exhibitlightinggroup.com.